Hey, Tony Gax here, popping in. A little quick morning chat. Headed to get me a haircut. You know, it's something I wanted you to think about. And this one thing that we really, that we as humans, that we struggle with. And this one thing I noticed, one thing I learned. And what you have to understand is, see, we have to get beyond the point to where everything is okay and everything is good until it step on our toes, until the truth step on our toes. And when you get to the place, and this is what I had to go through in life, because I was everything that's wrong with a man. Everything that's wrong with a man, I was that. But see, it ain't who you were, it's who you are becoming. And it's who you are if you've already become who you need to be. Who you were does not matter once you become. So this is the thing. Everybody got a resume. Everybody got a relationship resume. But all of that won't matter when you're in the situation you intended to be in. So when you're in a situation you intended to be in, what's for you is for you. Now, another situation, another job, another relationship, that might not work for you. That might not be yours. But what's intended for you is for you. And that's going to work for you. And that's what you have to realize and understand. But in order to get to that place and to understand that, you have to be able to realize you can't get offended in the moment of change, in the midst of change. And yesterday I was talking about how when I was young, I had these standards. I don't want a woman who drank. I don't want a woman who smoked. I don't want a woman who, do this, do that. And me coming from little or nothing, I noticed that a lot of people I grew up with, that's what they fell into. And most often, it don't turn out right. It don't turn out right. So this lady was like, Tony, how you was judging people, and how was you judging people based on where they come from? Me and my husband been married 30 years, and we both come from the ghetto. I got pregnant at 15. And it's like, ma'am, my point exactly. If you got pregnant at 15, that is also dealing with your environment. What you being taught? Who are you around? Somebody that's being raised and their parents is active in their life and really teaching them, not gonna get pregnant at 15. My sister got pregnant at 16. You know why? My parents was in the home, but not really teaching her, not really talking to her. I could have had a woman pregnant when I was 15 because I was doing what it took to get somebody pregnant. But you have exceptions to the rule. You have people that squeak through. You have people that is grace through it, and you have people that their story gonna involve being pregnant at 15. But that don't mean that you less than. Listen to what I'm saying. That don't mean that you less than. It mean that you got who you intended to be with. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize is when you growing, you can't be ashamed about your past. You can't be ashamed about your failures. You can't be ashamed about the areas that you struggled in. That's a part of your story. So if I say I don't want a woman who curse and you curse, that just means I'm not the man for you. But guess what? I got the woman for me. And if you curse like a sailor and you love it and you enjoy it and you an honest person, that don't mean that you will cheat on your man. You don't cheat on your relationship, but you curse like a sailor. Guess what? It's a man for you that's honest, that won't cheat and curse like a sailor. And see, this is the thing. We get offended, by somebody else's standards. We get offended by what somebody else wants. This job say they want somebody with a 4-year degree. That's not the job for me. I went to college 8 years, but I don't have a 4-year degree. That's not the job for me. You see what I'm saying? I could get mad and go in there and raise Cain. What 4-year degree? What kind of y'all discriminate? I couldn't get a 4-year degree because I come from the hood and I did not learn how to study. So when I got to college, I didn't have study skills. And that's why I didn't pass my classes and get a 4-year degree. This is discrimination. I can't get mad at them people for their standards. I can't get mad at them people for their thought process. That's not for me. They're gonna say, well, one of our top workers is also from what you call the hood, and she has a master's degree. So what's your point? She come from a worse situation than you come from. What's your point? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of times we could be the exception to the rule, and we want the exception to be the rule. Oh, Tony. Or, hey man, I slept with my wife on the first date and we still together 30 years later. Okay, congratulations. Congratulations, here go a cookie. Congratulations, here go a cookie. All right, so what? So what, we supposed to change our standards now? Because you and your wife, one out of 150 million couples that slept together on the first night and made it. Come on now. This is what we got to get to. This is what we got to understand. This is what we got to understand. You can't get offended by somebody else's standards. You can't hold yourself down and beat yourself up for the mistakes that you made. You got to turn your pain into your praise. Like the coach who, our coach on mymentor.life, who is a support coach for people who have contracted the herpes virus. She contracted the herpes virus, and this is a prime example. Her name is Amber, and she have a YouTube channel. She sometimes watch the videos on here, so she might comment in the comments, and you could go to her YouTube channel. But I think now she over 2,000 subscribers, and she support people, and she give them tips and tools and comfort on the journey, because she was able. And this is a public story. I ain't telling nothing that's private. You know, she talk about this on her channel, and she coach on it on mymentor.life on the website. And so that's what I mean. So when I talk about, I always talk about, all right, you keep sleeping around, you're going to get up with something you can't get rid of. She don't get offended by that. Oh, well, tell it, I got up with something I can't get rid of, and you need to stop saying that. She don't get offended by that. She say, yeah, that is true. That is a part of it. That come with it. And so, and then what she's done is turn her pain into her purpose and helping others. And this the thing with our world is that we can't grow because we so sensitive. And I'm sensitive too. But when something step on my toes, I got to feel it. I got to let it throb. I got to let it throb, because, hold on. Okay, I need to watch my time. I got to let it throb, because if I don't feel it, if I run from the work, if I run from that little tingle, that little sting, that little pain, if I run from that, I'm not gonna grow. If I try to argue that, and this is why I see what's human nature. It's, and let me tell you, now if you the type of person, I'm gonna tell you something now, and this not for my sake. This ain't for my sake. This ain't for my good. I'm telling this for your good, because for me it don't matter. You know, for me it don't matter. Hold on now. Hitting rocks, hitting stuff now. Hold on now. All right now. I'm not truck. Hey, y'all here tearing stuff up now. So now listen to me. If you the type of person that you could come on here and you could get you a message that hurt, that step on your toes, male or female, because men get their toes stepped on plenty over here, women get their toes stepped on, And you know why it step on your toes? Because I'm a human. So I'm stepping on my toes. I know what stepped on my toes. I know what changed my life. People used to tell me on my quotes, they used to say, Tony, your quotes are so, it's just talking to me. It's so relatable. I'm like, I'm a human. I'm not sitting high, looking low, talking down to people. I'm telling you what I went through. I'm telling you what I had to do. So I'm a human, not an alien. So you gon' feel it if you human. And you processing like a human. So listen, let me tell you, if you the type of person that could come on here and get you a message and it sting, and you could sit with it and you could get the lesson from it. You could chew the meat and spit out the bones. You gonna win. You gonna win. If you the type of person, when your toes get stepped on, you get offended, you wanna argue, you wanna fight, you wanna call names, you wanna do all this and that, then you gonna lose. You gonna lose. I blocked a lady yesterday. She talking about, oh, it's 8 minutes in, you still ain't on the topic. When it was talking about black men degrading black women. Because she just wanted to pop in and get the video. But she don't wanna subscribe to the channel. She don't wanna be a part of the channel, support channel. She just want me to be her YouTube slave. So she expect me to just come in on a topic that deep, that heavy, and 10 seconds in, diagnosing it and going right to it. Without setting it up, without easing into it, without talking around and through it. I screenshot it, send it to my homeboy, Uncle Reese, the gospel artist. I sent it over Uncle Reese. I said, man, you getting this yet? Cause you a storyteller too. He said, never. I said, it's coming. It's coming. He said to me, he said, man, them people like that, they can't hear the spirit. He said they can't hear the spirit. I was like, wow. I ain't even think about that now. He said they can't hear the spirit. Uncle Reese got a YouTube channel. It's called Uncle, just like Uncle, and then Reese, R-E-E-C-E. He gonna offend you now. He gonna offend you because because he gonna tell you what he had to do to change his life. To change his life, to be successful. He gonna tell you. Anybody who have changed their life and they doing better than they was doing, if you talk to them and they share with you the lessons they learned, some gonna offend you. Some gonna step on your toes. Get offended. Get offended and then get better. Get offended and then get better. I just found the titles to this video, Get Offended. And let me tell you what he said. Now this was his words, not mine. He said, man, they can't hear the spirit. He said, because if a person can hear the spirit, they gonna understand. All that go together. The story go together. He said, I'm gonna tell you one, and he said people operating outside they calling. He said, I could guarantee you God did not call her to tell a millionaire how to talk. I said, wow. Woo. Why? See, a lot of times we don't think about the people that's talking to us, that's trying to tear you down in the workplace. And so for the rest of your life, you will be able to look at this person that's trying to tear you down, and you will be able to say, I could guarantee you God didn't call them to tell me how to do my job. You might be the supervisor. You might have been there 5 years, 10 years. You might have a degree. You might have a master's, a doctorate. You might have 10 years experience in what you're doing. You might be an entrepreneur making 6 figures. And somebody who ain't sniffed the territory that you have enlarged will be trying to tell you how to do your job. And guess what? All because they're offended. And see, here go the thing. Here go the thing. Get offended and then get better. Because the truth gonna offend you. I remember I was sitting in church and it was the pastor was preaching, God rest his soul. He said, if you put hands on a woman, you a punk. You a punk. Man, that thing hit me in my chest. That thing hit me in my chest. Because I was in a relationship at that time that we would get unruly. And it would be arguing, fussing, fighting, going back and forth. And man, another rock hit my windshield, boy. Keep that windshield. Arguing back and forth. And the relationship had become toxic, controlling, abusive. It was draining. I ended up leaving the relationship. And when that pastor said that though, I was offended. That thing stepped on my toes. That thing stepped on my toes. I remember another time I used to like to share Bibles with my woman. And I later went to that church with my wife. And she had her Bible. I ain't have a Bible. And I used to like to share Bible with her. And the pastor said, you don't need to be in here. You ain't got your own Bible. But that thing stepped on my toes. Need to have your own Bible. I'm like, my goodness, brother. You got to nitpick everything. What kind of shoes I need to have on in here? But literally, I was using that moment to be a baby. Like, to have a woman doing for me. To have her being my mama. That I could sleep with. Oh, here go the Bible. Oh, here go the scripture. Finding the scripture and pointing out the scripture like my mama used to do. So essentially what he was saying was deeper than really the pettiness it sounded like. And I got offended and called him being petty. I think I sent an email in. And I think I never went back to the church. But what he was saying is, get your own. Stand on your own 2 feet. You can't get into heaven on nobody else's coattail. Your wife or your husband can't get you into heaven. Develop your own relationship with God. And I knew what he was saying. But I tried to make it out to be something that he wasn't saying. Oh, well, what if somebody just got out of prison and they don't have a Bible and they in here with their family member? And what if somebody illiterate and they can't read? And they can't find the scripture and all that. What if somebody don't have a Bible because they can't read, so they listen? What if they blind? I'm making it everything that I knew he wasn't talking about. And that's exactly how we do today. And I get to see it live and in action. Now I thought I got past reading comments. I'm like, okay, yeah, I ain't got to read comments no more because, man, I got too much going on. It's taking up too much time. It take up a whole hour of my day reading comments, trying to keep my finger on the pulse of the people. In the last 2 days, I read comments. Every time I read comments, I had to block about 5 people each day. And when I tell you, the people they cussing me out, calling me names. You stupid, you dumb. I'm like, wow, but you got real offended on this here video. And block. So I say, okay, yeah, I gotta keep on reading these here comments. But it taught me a lesson though. And it showed me the difference. And I was able to take a lesson from that and say, Tony, okay, this is the difference. When you're willing to grow, when you're willing to be offended, when you're willing to have a truth that you see the fruits of. See, if I was broke, busted, and disgusted, then you can't see the fruits of my truth. Because how I'm going to tell you something if I'm broke, busted, and disgusted? If I'm single as a dollar bill and unhappy in that single, if I'm frustrated, then I can't talk to you about being happy as a single. I can't teach on that. I could talk to you about coping with frustration and anger as a single, but I can't tell you about being happy as a single person. If I'm in a marriage and my marriage is bad, I can't tell you about a healthy marriage. I could tell you about getting through day after day in a bad marriage. You see what I'm saying? So if you unwilling to be corrected, for the truth to step on your toes when you could see the fruit of the truth, then you're never gonna grow. Your life never gonna get better, because all you want to hear is what you want to hear the way that you would say it. We don't grow that way. That's a comfort zone. There's no growth in a comfort zone. See, the truth got to be able to punch us in the mouth, and we got to be able to pick ourselves up, get us some veneers, and go on about our business. Speaking of veneers, y'all stop putting just anything in y'all mouth, please. Please go get you some braces first. Come now, if you already got them, God bless you. God bless you. I hope they came out good. I was watching a man last night. A doctor. A brother, black brother. He on there choking on them teeth. I said, Lord, why do we keep doing this to ourselves? Listen, love yourself. Love yourself. Go get some braces to fix your natural teeth. God gave you teeth that fit your mouth, that fit your face. Put you some braces on. All right, yeah, okay, you old and Methuselah with braces on. So it's better than having somebody else's teeth in your mouth and can't even talk. But the tongue kept getting stuck on the teeth, and then kept awkwardly smiling with the teeth. I said, who teeth is in your mouth? That is not your teeth. This man probably 5'8". I say that is a 7-foot man teeth in his mouth. We got to stop doing that to ourselves. Come on now, get you some braces. God bless you now. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. If you're new here, this is how I do my videos, off the cuff. I'm actually driving right now. So I'm talking to you as if you was riding in the car with me. I'm not looking at the phone, I'm looking at the road. So if you new here, this my channel to where I express thoughts on my mind just like an old man sitting under the shade tree. It's gonna be some off the cuff, off the beat stories. So if you thinking this one of them channels that you just finna get regurgitated information off a bullet point card, a PowerPoint, then you're on the wrong channel. Go on about your business. And you ain't got to let me know you leaving. One lady yesterday, I don't even know if you got to the point. I can't even remember the point. I thought it was a comedy show at the end. I think I'm just, you know what? I'm actually not finna be watching your videos no more. Okay, and what you telling me for? Bye? You ain't have to announce yourself on the way out. You could just put up the church finger and just stepped on out. You ain't have to announce yourself. Until my supporters, y'all understand this. Understand this. Tony, don't let the haters get to you. That don't bother me. That's material. That's material. That don't bother me. Talking about somebody that's ignorant, that do crazy stuff, that don't bother me. I'm not finna be bothered by somebody. Just like what Uncle Reese said. He said, I could guarantee you God ain't called her to tell you how to talk. I'm not finna be bothered by that. If it's somebody I look up to and they in a position that I want to be in, and they tell me something that I need to work on and change, I want to hear that. But somebody without a picture, all these people never have a picture 9 out of 10 times. Somebody without a picture on the internet with a fake name and no picture, that don't bother me. That's material. That's material right there. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I'm finna get the haters they opportunity back. Cause you see the like and dislike button, a lot of times I disable it just so the hater can't get they pleasure. Cause there's certain people that they just in the dislike, they in the dislike community. So what they do is They just come and hit the dislike. They don't even watch the video. The video will be up 10 seconds and hit the dislike. And you know what? I realize as people on YouTube, we too sensitive about that. We too sensitive about that. We turn the comments off. We turn the dislike off. And I did it just to mess with the haters. But if that's the place that they life in, they need that right there. I'm taking away a little bit of joy that they got and hitting that dislike button. So I'm gonna get them that back. I'm gonna get them that back. But I want to let you know that's keeping you stuck. That's keeping you broke, busted, and disgusted. They're keeping you right there because your heart in the wrong place. But God bless you on your journey. God bless you on your journey. I can't judge it because I was worse than you. I was worse than you. Way worse. And I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you something. And this is another thing that people will do. People will take your story that you told and use your story against you. Your story that you told, they'll use you. I'm telling my story of how I was young and dumb and ignorant and how my standards was. You know, a lady came in the comments. I think it was the same lady. A lady came in the comments, Tony, you was so stupid and dumb. You was so ignorant. I can't believe how dumb you was. You don't even deserve your wife. That's what the lady said. Say what? What? For one, blah, blah. Hey. I say, I'm like, ma'am, I could have came on here and made myself sound amazing. I could have came on here. Don't you know I was dumb? I mean, ignorant and immature with a double standard. Don't you know I know that? But see, what it really was, and this why I share so many stories, because it's a lot of angles and it's a lot of lessons in something, and it ain't for everybody to get. But see, what offended her is that the way that I was judging from a double standard, that has hurt her in her life. That has cost her in her life. So she has met and suffered at the hands of men that was like I was. So it's not that she cares so much about my ignorance and stupidity when I was 19, 20 years old, because she don't care about me. Because if she cared about me, she wouldn't have attacked my character from 16, 17 years ago in the comments with no picture. If she cared about me. See, she was barking out and speaking out from her pain because she has suffered and is suffering most likely at the hands of a grown boy. And so instead of breaking up with him, she in the comments taking it out on me when I'm not doing anything to her but trying to help her by sharing my story and my testimony so that she can see a full transition, so that she can understand and see the power of God and how it works in somebody's life. But instead of getting that part of it, she chose to attack me verbally. And it's from her pain. Now, you already know the lesson. Some people don't. Now, some people don't. Some people don't know the lesson, because if you don't see, I teach the way I teach because I grew up reading the Bible. That was the only book that I read. That was the only book that I was told to read, that I had to read, was the Holy Bible. And the Bible teaches through stories. The Bible teaches through parables. Jesus taught through parables. So now get this, what I'm trying to tell you. Now hear what you got. Now with this here situation, you have to understand that not everybody talking to you or talking about you is mad with you. Some people upset and disgruntled with their life and they attacking you. One of my clients was showing me where her friend was calling her stupid and dumb for the relationship she in. But the relationship she in, she actually being treated like a queen. But the guy she with don't look like who she would choose. So the friend is actually jealous that she's single and unhappy in her single life. And so she calling my client stupid and dumb for being in a relationship with this type of man who look like this, or got this, or got that, when the man ain't doing nothing wrong. When I'm a man in a relationship coach and I could look and see he ain't doing nothing wrong. And so this is what you have to remember when you dealing with people. Everybody ain't got a problem with you. I had a quote that said that. I said, they don't hate you. They hate themselves and take it out on you. That's what you got to understand, because see, somebody who don't hate themselves, they're not going to take it out on you. They're going to go on about their business. And when you realize and understand that, your life going to be better for it. Hey, Tony, guys, I'm at the barbershop and to get my hair cut. So God bless you. We'll talk soon.